Hey, I'm Marlon. I am back with episode 2 of my action script rewrite, where I am rewriting an action screenplay. This is not the final draft, but we are making progress in making the next draft. In this episode, we're going to pick up where we left off, but first I want to replay the opening scene, which we rewrote in the last episode, the first episode. So I'm going to replay that just so that we're all up to speed, so to speak, and then we're going to see if we can maintain the action experience. So stay tuned.
Exterior, Palo Alto Horse Track, day. Superimposed, Palo Alto, California, 1878. The racetrack is empty, except for two white men watch a racehorse jockeyed by a black man run toward 12 old-time box cameras set up along the track.
In 1878, former California Governor Leland Stanford asked a simple question. He hired an eccentric English photographer named Muybridge to find the answer.
Jockeyed racehorse gallops in slow motion. Muscles ripple, mane whips, a specimen of speed and power.
At any point in a horse's gallop, are all four hooves completely off the ground at the same time? Muybridge set up a series of still cameras, each rigged to snap a photo when the horse ran past.
Insert film clip. Moving horse, 1878, public domain. Flashbulbs pop sequentially. Running horse triggers each camera.
One by one, the cameras fired. One by one, their images told their story.
A hand flips through stills of the horse in rapid succession.
And when flipped through fast enough, something miraculous happened.
Horse photos flip, rapidly creating illusion of motion.
The horse appeared to run, and in that moment, the moving image was born.
Horse galloping sound, thunderous.
In all the years since that fateful day, one truth remains from the very beginning of motion pictures.
Freeze frame, running horse photo.
No image put to film is more primal, more powerful, more perfect than a stunning horse and the way she runs.
Horse photo becomes Ford Mustang, running horse emblem. Galloping sound fades to roar of V8 engine.
Run, wild horse, run.
Music up, bass-heavy, hard-charging song, something like Short Change Hero by The Heavy.
This ain't no place for no hero to call home.
Exterior I-10 highway, day. Mustang Interceptor blasts down the highway, muscular, fast, majestic. Red and blue flashers blaze, speeding toward, establishing shot New Orleans skyline, day.
Okay, so that was the opening, right? It's not actually produced, but very lightly some images and some voices, but far from what actual actors would do. But it just gives you some idea. It's a to take these black words on a white page and try to translate them into something that has some imagery and sound behind it. For some people, that's a hard thing to do in terms of in their imagination, and you would hope that you would get a reader for your script who tends to have more imaginative or visualization skills when they read, but you never know what you're gonna get. So just real quick about some of the things that were in the opening. Again, just to reiterate, what the focus is not so much on the information that we tried to convey. It was more about the experience, right? And it's up to you to judge whether the reader or the audience would get an experience or the intended experience from that type of opening. And all you have really as a writer or creator or whatever is your choices, right? Your specific choices, the details that you choose, and One detail that I chose specifically is the Mustang. Why does it have to be a Mustang, right? Mustang is a car that a lot of people, you either love it or you hate it. It's kind of like the Dallas Cowboys, right? The most popular team, and when they play, they get the most views because people either love the Cowboys or they love to root against the Cowboys. And the Mustang is that type of car, especially amongst like street race culture. There's all kinds of memes and things making jokes about Mustangs and Mustang drivers and how they crash all the time. And it's kind of funny, but the thing is, it's an iconic car. Other than the fact that it was always, it became legend to me as a little boy. That's not my fault. That was my father's fault. But it's always been a legendary icon, right? So that's why it kind of has to be a Mustang, and it's polarizing. You're one way or the other about it. For a long time, with the street racers, there was basically two kinds of cars. It was a few cars that could actually beat the 5.0 Mustang, and then it was everybody else, and they were all staring at those 6 vertical lights getting farther away. And so there's kind of that hatred, that little bit of hate for the car. Yeah, I know the electric cars are all faster now, but they don't have the right sound, and they're just not iconic. So that's why it kind of has to be, in my mind, that's why it's a Mustang. And it's real specific. It's the running horse, right? The horse has been around since the beginning of film, and if the right filmmaker were to film the Mustang running, it would be, again, iconic. Also, I wanted to mention the song lyrics. Some people don't like specific songs mentioned in screenplays. The chances of you actually getting the rights to use that song are like none, or slim to none, right? What I like to do, and this is not a rule or anything, if I choose a specific song, in addition to musicality of it, I try to quote a lyric from that song, and so that it's working on a couple levels, multiple levels. The musicality of it, if people are familiar with the song, sets the mood, but then the lyric, I usually pick a lyric that speaks to the theme or a running theme of the story. Each time I pick a song and I pick a lyric, it speaks again to that theme that's going to be running through the story. In this case, the lyric is, "This ain't no place for no hero to call home." So I'm kind of foreshadowing that the story, it's in a very familiar genre, and it has very familiar elements right from the beginning. But this is not your standard cop story or action cop story. We've all seen those. We've seen a million of those. That's where we're starting. But the plan is to take it someplace else. So when it's "this ain't no place for no hero," it's kind of saying this movie or this story is no place for your standard hero, because things are probably going to get dark, or maybe he's an anti-hero, which remains to be seen. Let's move on to rewrite some more pages. Again, these images, if you were submitting your script to contests or whatever people do, you wouldn't put images in there. But since I'm not submitting it anywhere to make a video out of it, the visual aid is okay. So I'm going to play the pages that we're going to rewrite today. I'm just going to use the final draft automated voice, which is, again, horrible on purpose. It makes you work harder to make it sound better. We're just going to cut it up anyway, so I'm just going to let the automated voice take it.
Interior Mustang Interceptor. Detective Nick Goodspeed, Speed. 30s. Athletic. T-shirt and jeans. Designer shades. police badge hanging around neck, a Louisiana State Trooper uniform, fresh from the cleaners, hangs in rear seat area. He's laser focused, engaged in a high-speed pursuit. Exterior I-10 highway, aerial. A police helicopter tracks from above as the Mustang Interceptor pursues late model Camaro. Both cars zigzag through traffic at dangerous velocity. Interior late model Camaro. The suspect 40s, gritty, grimy, gruff, checks rear view, sees Mustang Interceptor barreling down on him. Suspect fires gunshot at a random sedan as he speeds past it. Exterior I-10 highway. Sedan blows tire, careens out of control, flips repeatedly, speeds Mustang barely dodges past the tumbling sedan. Exterior sky above I-10. Helicopter pod. 2 helicopter cops, pilot and sniper, watch the carnage of chain reaction crashes. It completely blocks highway. Helicopter cop pilot. Radio voice. We got multiple crashes. I-10 westbound. It's bad. Interior X'd. Mustang Interceptor continuous. Speed. Driving hard in pursuit. Grabs radio. Speed. On radio. Suspects firing on civilians. Do you have a shot? Intercut helicopter. Helicopter cop. Sniper. Lowers rifle. Shakes head. No. Helicopter cop pilot. Radio voice. Negative. He's all over the road, and this wind has us bouncing around like a piñata. Int. X'd. Late model Camaro continuous. Suspect laughs at the carnage in his rear view. He grimaces upon seeing the Mustang Interceptor still gaining on him. Suspect shoots, shatters windshield of an SUV as he drives by. SUV swerves, wrecks 2 more cars. Interior X'd. Mustang Interceptor continuous. Speed, whips Mustang around, skillfully avoids wrecks. He aims his pistol at Camaro. Too much traffic, no shot. Speed. I got no shot either. Speed drops his pistol on the passenger seat. Intercut helicopter. Helicopter cop pilot. Radio voice. Be advised, good speed. The highway's blocked behind you. Nobody can get to you. Your closest backup is gonna be eastbound, headed right towards you, but he's 7 miles out. Speed. On radio. I still got you guys. Helicopter cop pilot. Radio voice. Not for long. We're running on fumes. Speed. On radio. If you need to set down, just land on top of him. Helicopter cop pilot. Radio voice. Right. Only we ain't crazy. That's your department. You're on your own. Good speed. Ep.2 is out of the game. Headed back to base. Speed. Great. Just leave me. Why don't ya? Police helicopter veers away, breaking off pursuit. Exterior I-10 highway, eastbound, day. Red and blues flash on a fast-moving F-150 police truck lumbering through traffic on the eastbound side of highway. Interior F-150 police truck continuous. Detective Roman coats 40s, strong build, tight jeans, buttoned-up shirt, open, reveals yin-yang medallion around neck. Police badge on his belt. He drives the big truck with trepidation, honks repeatedly, brakes too often as his gator skin boots fumble awkwardly between brake and gas. Sweat drips from his slick goatee. Grabs radio. Roman. On radio. Speed. It's Rome. I'm in the game. 5 miles out. Headed right for you. Keep him between us. We'll take him together. Exterior I-10 highway. Day. The suspect in Camaro aims gun at a minivan driven by a woman with a baby in a car seat. Interior X'd. Mustang Interceptor continuous. Speed drives right behind Camaro. Speed. I'm taking him now. Downshifts Mustang lunges forward, smashing into Camaro. Both cars tumble end over end, spewing carnage on highway. Roman. On radio.
Okay, we got some work to do. First of all, it's like somebody else wrote this, because as you live, you change. So the person who wrote this, me, old me, is not the same person that I am right now. We're very similar, but we're not the same. So I can look at it kind of like somebody else wrote this. Trying to be as objective as possible, I can say from the opening scene, what was set up is the promise of an action-packed cop-type action movie. Are we delivering on that promise? Because that's one of the things that annoys people when they read script, is when you promise one thing but you don't deliver, or it takes too long to deliver. In my estimation, based on the opening scene, I'd say we're delivering on the promise. And the other thing we need on any rewrite, especially one where we are running, it's like 152 pages, the script. So we're running long, way long. So every scene from here on out, we have to ask, do we need this scene, or can we cut this scene? And that's something that really should do with all our scenes, even if we're not running long. But with a script like this, that's the first thing we have to ask. When I try to decide whether a scene is worth keeping or getting rid of it, if a scene is doing one thing, then you might consider getting rid of it. Even though it might be a good scene and you really like it, and it is accomplishing something. If there's only one thing that it's accomplishing, then you might consider getting rid of it. You probably should get rid of it. In order to really get this tightened and streamlined, the scenes we keep, they need to work on multiple levels. Okay, so they need to advance the theme, the plot, and the character. And so for this particular scene is our main character, their introduction. So, I mean, I'm just going through the motion, but obviously we have to introduce our main character. We have to keep this scene or have a scene similar. So on that front, we're going to keep this scene. It's not going to get cut. It's our character introduction. I do think it works on multiple levels. We're going to dig into it and see. But right off the bat, the guy who wrote this, he definitely overwrote, which is part of the reason why he's over 150 pages, right? The introduction here, it tells us everything we need to know, but it tells us too much for the screenplay. The guy who wrote this, which is old me, or me at a different time, even if I were writing it today, I would likely have a tendency to overwrite on the earlier drafts because I look at it as placeholding. Put it all in there. That way, when you come back to do your rewrite, you know what information you were thinking, what you wanted to get in there. And when you're rewriting it, you can then trim it. You haven't forgotten anything because you put it all in there. So it is overwritten. And we're going to see if we can cut it down. We may not get it all the way down on this pass through the draft, but we can definitely get this looking slimmer. Detective Nick Goodspeed, aka Speed. Okay, right off the bat, that name is kind of it's very on the nose. Would we keep it later on? It all depends on where this was going, who wanted it. So many different things would affect whether we stayed on that level or wanted to make it not be so on the nose with a name that describes like what he does. If we do decide to change it, it's one of the easiest things you can change in a screenplay, characters' names. So why not let it be on the nose, over the top? It forces me to stay in that. If the guy's name is Speed, he can't be anything except what he needs to be. So while I'm rewriting it, I'm gonna keep it because it just keeps me focused on who he is, how he is. So I'm gonna keep that. It's on the nose. We know that. It's over the top. We know that, but we don't have to keep it because it's one of the easiest things we can change. We know he's athletic. We don't need that. That's kind of implied to be this type of character. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to focus on the order that we would normally notice things, right? If the camera goes on to Speed, this guy, what do we notice first about him? We're probably going to notice the look on his face, the way he's driving, things like that. You might know, t-shirt and jeans, probably we would notice that a little bit later, a few seconds after or milliseconds after. So boom, camera opens on him, boom, there's our guy. He's driving hard, obviously, because we're following his car. What else are we trying to convey here? Fresh from the cleaner. Okay, so all the information is there, but again, it's laser focused. Duh, right? But thank you, old Marlon, for putting that in there, because now we know we won't forget. So instead of laser focused, we're going to say His eyes are locked on target. Okay, that means we can't have designer shades. We'll do that in a later scene, because if he has the shades on, we can't see his eyes. So we'll lose that. I think most people recognize that police badges, like you wear it around your neck. So I think that's kind of, we've seen it so much that so we would see the police badge. He's got his t-shirt and jeans on. He's that, that type of, you've seen that type of cop. Let's see, for readability, I want to move this down to the next line. Not that far. There we go. So, okay, and he's got his state trooper, his official uniform hanging in the back. Let's see, fresh from the cleaners. But we've all seen that. You got your uniform in the back there. It tells us, it's conveying information without saying it. It's just showing us, okay, he's a state trooper, but he's not dressed in his uniform. Uniform's hanging there. So, just more common language. The back seat of a Mustang is not really a back seat anyway. So we can lose this. That's overstating what we're already seeing. He's laser focused. We got that covered with the eyes locked, engaged in a high-speed pursuit.
Rewriting Action Cop versus Stripper Thief Screenplay. See you soon. All screenplay material is the property of StoryRay LLC. Unauthorized use or reproduction is prohibited.